A German officer took a bite out of an apple right in front of the prisoner. But to everyone's shock, the prisoner bit down on a live grenade. The officer froze, thinking this guy was mocking him, so he punched him in the gut. But what happened next was insane. The prisoner gagged, then pulled a long ribbon out of his mouth. When it finally unraveled, it turned out to be a medal. Not just any medal, but the highest honor of the German army. The officer, stunned, asked where he got it from. The prisoner just farted, and suddenly a ringing sound went off. The adjutant reached for his pocket watch, only to see the prisoner yank it straight out from behind his back. Everyone was speechless. When the officer tried to grab it back, the prisoner leapt onto a well and jumped right in. The men rushed forward, only for a hand to shoot up from the darkness. They pulled him out, but somehow his pocket watch had already returned to his coat. Now even the adjutant was more amused than angry. The prisoner began performing like a circus acrobat, making the soldiers laugh out loud. The atmosphere turned lighter. Even the commanding officer chuckled and casually bit into his apple. But then the prisoner shocked them again. He chomped down on another grenade. The soldiers panicked, guns at the ready, but the officer wanted to see what he'd do next. The prisoner started juggling grenades like toys, slowly backing away until he slipped inside a warehouse. Seconds later, he stumbled back out, a barrel over his head, staggering around like a fool. The soldiers burst out laughing until the adjutant yanked the barrel off and the prisoner was gone. Suddenly, a cat's meow echoed. They searched the vehicles, but nothing. Then, up on the rooftop, there he was, sitting like a cat, licking his leg. The men laughed harder, amazed at how he pulled this off. The prisoner grabbed a ladder, climbed higher, and showed off insane balancing tricks. But just then, the officer threatened two young girls, demanding to know where the medal came from. The prisoner only sneered at him, then, without warning, dove straight off the roof. The soldiers crowded around, thinking it was another stunt. But when the officer kicked his body, it looked real, until he turned and realized the two girls were gone. And before he could react, a bullet ripped straight through his head. Within seconds, every soldier was gunned down by unseen attackers. Only one captain was left standing, clueless, thinking this was still some kind of act. Then slowly, the dead prisoner rose to his feet. Looking at the lone survivor, he finally spoke, revealing why he had put on this bizarre performance. And that's where the movie ends.